Chickens are an excellent asset to any home, homestead, or farm, but they're only as good as the coop or shelter that you provide for them. Each one of my chickens, on average, can lay 250 eggs per year. If we lose chickens because the shelter is inadequate, especially right now during winter, that's a huge problem. Yeah, chickens aren't too expensive, but 250 eggs, that's where your cost comes in. So you want to protect them with a high quality coop like the one I have behind me. We truly celebrate all 4 seasons. The coop over here is a single pitch coop that I designed to last in all of those seasons, especially to last during the winter when the chickens are the most vulnerable. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of snow on the roof of this chicken coop. I built this nice and strong using 2x2s, 2x3s, and strong 4x4 posts underneath them. You can see other videos on my channel where I've demonstrated and given coop tours specifically for this coop behind me. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video where I'm going to share with you an alternative type of chicken coop that's excellent in the winter. Winter has really set in. You can see about 12, 13, maybe 14 inches of snow on top of this coop. It's built very strong. One of the reasons why it can support this much snow on top of the coop is because of the 2x2 joists that go across. You wouldn't think that 2x2s going across like this can support a lot of weight, but it really can, especially with high quality metal roof on top of the 2x2s. Most chicken coops that you see online are going to have more of an A-frame structure rather than an angled one-pitch roof like this one. The A-frames are great because they're a little bit better in the wind, depending on the direction of the wind. They're also really nice for shedding snow or rain off to the sides. The downside of A-frames is that they're a little bit more tricky to build, and they're also more expensive to build. My philosophy on homesteading and building shelters and infrastructure for our animals or our garden is to keep things as simple as possible without compromising the safety of the animals here at our homestead. I learned this before I started homesteading from Joe Salatin. He tries to keep things really simple and not have to worry about messing around with angles too much. And I agree, because the chickens, pigs, ducks, whatever you happen to have on your homestead are not going to complain about what things look like. But the chickens will be very unsatisfied, and they might complain if you've got a coop that's inadequate for the winter season like we have right now. One of the ways that this coop in particular works so well in the winter is because of this very steep angle over the nesting boxes. Some nesting boxes I've seen in online video, it's not very steep. It just kind of comes out straight like this, not straight, but almost straight. And that's going to give opportunity for snow and rain to possibly get into the coop depending on how much it snows or rains. All you have to do is lift up on this lid, set it down, and the snow falls right off before you get the eggs out. I did not put bracing on top of these 2x2s to support the side of this metal roof, but it's no big deal because it's pretty flexible. And honestly, you can go like that and a lot of the snow is going to fall off, as you can see right there. Ventilation is key. I've got one vent on the back and 2 vents on the front. If you don't have ventilation on your chicken coop, your chickens will have a lot of issues, especially in the winter, because the heat from their bodies will create condensation, and a wet chicken or a damp chicken is a very unhealthy, sick, dangerous chicken because it's not meant to be wet or damp at all. Many people think that you need to insulate your coops in order to keep them from getting cold. I guess it's fine if you insulate the walls, but the more insulation you put in your coop, the more dampness you're eventually going to have in the coop because of that insulation. So if we open up this side door over here, take a look in there, you can see where they roost on those tree branches that go across. And then above that, you can see the ventilation there and over there. That's really important, that the ventilation is higher than where the chickens roost. Another thing to consider during the winter to help your coop thrive even more is to keep the batteries charged if you have an automatic door like we do. And a way to do that is to make sure you have a solar panel that always is getting cleaned off. On a sunny day like today, this solar panel is going to fully charge our automatic chicken coop door. The door we use is an automatic chicken coop door that opens all the way up 180 degrees. Knowing that we have to get through the winter months with our chickens here, I decided to build this lean-to give them a little bit more protection from the rain in the warmer months, but also the snow in the colder months. This lean-to also helps with aerial predators like hawks, eagles, owls. There's a problem because you'll notice that there's a lot of snow on top of here. That's something that does need to get cleaned off because I don't want that collapsing at any point in time. So obviously a real easy solution is just to take a push broom like this and start pulling some snow off just to alleviate some of the weight. If you're wondering what this metal roof is for, that's where I put their dust bath with wood ash from our wood stove. And then I decided not to use the dust bath underneath this metal roofing. This will get removed pretty soon. It's kind of useless. But I did serve a purpose at a time. Now what I do is I just dump the wood ash right underneath their coop, and they actually prefer that rather than having a container to go in to dust bathe. So that's going to help take a lot of weight off of this lean-to. I still have more snow to remove. Another way that this chicken coop setup is good for the winter is that I use wire just from these nails, keeping their feet off the ground so a minimal amount of snow, when it does snow, ends up going into their feed tray. Of course, I keep it high enough off the ground so it's comfortable for them. We've got 2x4s that are supported underneath here with some blocking. Got them connected by a ledger board up here, and they go down with a cross beam across these two logs from a tree I cut down on our property. So it's nice and strong. And there we go. We're pretty much all set. That should be fine. Eventually that's going to melt. Go down this lean-to and out over there away from the chicken coop. The other setup to house your chickens for the winter, actually you can do it all year long, but especially helpful in the winter, is to create a cattle panel greenhouse, also known as a hoop coop. Cattle panels are these welded wire structures. They use them obviously for cattle, but a lot of gardeners use these as well for growing up crops like we do. They're very strong. They're 16 feet in length. At least that's the standard length for cattle panels. Then what you do is you create an arch type structure just like this, but instead of using it for food, you use it to put your chickens in for the winter. This is what I plan on doing this spring and summer. Because I've mentioned in previous videos, we're expanding our flock. I have 50 chickens ordered this spring, in addition to the 13 chickens we already have. And assuming there's going to be some loss, especially with a big number like that, we should end up with about 60 chickens. Now, if you only have like 10 chickens or 20, you can still do this hoop coop that I'm talking about. You just don't need one as big. You can make your hoop coop 8 feet wide, 10 feet wide, and 12 feet wide. Just know that the wider you spread that arch of the cattle panel, the lower the ceiling is going to be, and the worse it's going to be for snow loads on the top. So you need to support that somehow with a beam or a pole or something. Although you can have sidewalls on your hoop coop. Sometimes they're 2 feet, sometimes they're 3, and sometimes they're even 4. We're going to do 4-foot sidewalls like this so that it's nice and tall. We've got a lot of headroom, especially for the 60 chickens we plan on having. There are countless videos online of cattle panel greenhouses. If you type in hoop coop, it's going to be the coops that you can move around your yard. Those work too. But the reason why I like the cattle panel greenhouses better is because they're usually larger, they're longer, they're taller, they have sidewalls, and that is an excellent way to house your chickens for the winter if you don't want to do what I currently did with a standard, typical, conventional chicken coop made out of wood. The number one reason why those hoop coops are so nice, or those greenhouses that you use for a chicken coop in the winter, is because once you have the greenhouse plastic on, it's got the greenhouse effect and it remains so much warmer inside that hoop coop, and the chickens are just going to thrive. Chickens don't like snow, they tolerate it. So if you can get them out of the weather, the wind, the snow, they're just going to be running around in there just acting like total normal chickens rather than just huddling up and sitting in the coop. My chickens are outside for a little bit, but because we've got so much snow right now, they're not terribly thrilled about that, and they spend a lot of their days just sitting in the coop trying to stay out of the wind and out of the cold and off the snow. So having a nice archway, it's tall, it's high, it's 20, maybe 30 degrees warmer in there, especially on a sunny day. There's no snow, you've got deep bedding underneath there, carbonaceous material that can absorb the manure. You've got roosts, They're nesting boxes. You can stand up and walk in there because it's nice and tall. You can gather their eggs. They don't freeze. So if you've got a cattle panel that's 4 feet wide, you multiply that by 4 because you get 4 of them. That's 16 feet long. And then you've got the arch, and maybe it's 10 feet wide. That's a good amount of room for a small flock. The one I plan on building is going to be 12 feet wide, 4-foot sidewalls, and 32 feet long. So it's going to be much bigger than what most people would need. But if you've got a production flock like we plan on doing, where we're going to be selling eggs as a small farmstead little business, you're going to want the additional space, and you're going to want those chickens to thrive all the way through the year, not just when there isn't any snow on the ground. And if you already have a chicken coop built like I do, what you could do is just buy some cattle panels or use yours from your garden if you have some, and just make an extension off of your coop. In other words, instead of this lean-to coming out, you can do the hoop coop coming out from their automatic chicken door right here, going out this way, so when they leave their stick-built chicken coop, they come out to a greenhouse, and this bigger area right here is snow-free, warmer, and you can actually walk through it because of the height and the arch of the cattle panels leading all the way up to the chicken coop right there. If you have any ideas or suggestions that could benefit me or other people watching this video, make sure you put those down in the comments. We always want our chickens to thrive. The most difficult season for them and for us as chicken owners is the winter, especially in cold climates. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next one.